Don't let disorganised POS screens slow down your ordering and payment processes. When processing transactions, we need our technology to be as organised and efficient as possible. As the layout of your POS terminal touchscreen will heavily impact efficiency, PowerEPOS has been designed to maximise screen space and intuitively guide the user through each transaction. In this video, you will learn how to organise your screen into smaller, easier-to-use sections and use navigation to quickly and easily complete transactions. But first, let's run through our 10 guiding principles to build the most efficient and effective POS screens. Build the system to operate with the lowest number of keystrokes or button presses as possible. Make it easy and ultra-fast to locate buttons, particularly high-use ones. Make high-selling items easily accessible and place lower-selling items on category screens or in drop-down lists. Test the system thoroughly and refine it as you go to ensure that each screen you open leads to the next one and doesn't get stuck on a screen you can't get out of. Try not to populate your screens with loads of buttons or buttons in all different colours. This can make it difficult for users to locate items quickly. Make the font size big enough to read and the right colour to be noticeable. Use big buttons to make items easier to locate. Use images only if they improve the user experience. Use features that enhance the customer experience, such as customer-facing display screens. Try to add in as many opportunities to upsell and cross-sell as possible, using POS prompts to suggest side dishes and complementary products. Now that we have our principles in place, let's get started with setting up our POS screen. First, we log in and open the touchscreen editor. This shows us our existing pages or screens. PLU prompt lookup pages are menu pages we are directed to when our PLUs require further information. Post modifier lookup pages are pages that present modifier options after the PLU is selected, such as a bottle or glass for wine. And standard ordering pages are menu pages displaying our PLUs. So when we are at our POS and we select steak from a standard ordering page, we will be directed through PLU prompt lookup pages where we enter further information on how the steak should be cooked, the sauces, and the accompaniments. Now, before we create a new page, let's discuss the standard ordering page layout. It's good to know what this looks like so we can get our button layout correct. On most standard ordering pages, the layout generally follows this format, with 2 columns of buttons on the right for menu page shortcuts and the middle section for our PLUs and modifiers. Although this is our standard screen, it is fully customizable, so you can set up your screen differently if you want to. Now let's go and create a new standard ordering page and add some PLUs. So we select Insert from our toolbar and we're prompted to add a name and define the layout. We'll leave columns and rows at 6 and 10 as this creates the standard layout. Then standard ordering page for our page type and hit Save. Now let's go to the touchscreen editor, where we can edit the properties to change the look and functionality of the buttons on our screen. We double-click on our new screen to open it in the touchscreen editor, where on the left-hand side are our Properties and PLUs tabs. Let's start with Properties. Properties are split into 3 sections, controlling the function, appearance, and style override of our keys or buttons. First, we'll set up the right-hand side of our screen with our menu shortcut buttons. When starting from scratch, we need to create the menu buttons on our standard ordering page. Let's add our final button, Pizza. We select the button, then in button text, we add the name, and in Next Page, we select the page this button will open and add the color. To check this is set up correctly, we right-click on the button and choose Follow, which takes us to the next screen. PowerEPOS has been designed to remove duplication as much as possible, so once the buttons are set up on one screen, we just copy these to any other screen using the Emulate function. To do this, we click and drag to select the 2 columns on the right-hand side, then move back to Properties and click in the Key Type field. Key types instruct PowerEPOS what to do with this button. We select Emulated Button and then Emulated Page, which opens the window where we select the page with the buttons we want to copy from. We'll then select Base Template, and the touchscreen editor will copy the exact buttons from this position on the highlighted page to our new page. Next, we add our PLU buttons for our pizzas. Previously, we created a display group in Groups, and then added products to the group in PLUs. To learn how to do this, watch our video creating PLUs. This means that in our touchscreen editor, we simply click and drag to highlight the receiving buttons, then select Key Type in Properties to select the Display Group item, and lastly, in Display Group, we select Pizzas. This then populates the highlighted area with the products in that group. To change the appearance of our buttons and make them stand out as a group, select them and go to Appearance and then Default Style, then select the color. This applies the color to the PLU rather than the button, so that if in the future we choose to delete a PLU from the page, the formatting will go too. Next, we want to add our size buttons for small, medium, large and family. We previously set up pizza sizes as sales modifiers through sales modifiers and applied them to our pizzas as we added the PLUs. Now we need to decide if we want to add them as a pre or post modifier. In other words, the button before we hit the PLU or the button after we hit the PLU. For our POS, we chose pre-modifier. So we highlight the button, then move to the properties and select Key Types and Sale Pre-Modifier Key. Then in Uses, we select Small. For the button text, we type small, but we can also add an instruction like press this first, so staff are reminded of the sequence required to process orders. We'll quickly add the other modifiers and color them to make them stand out. A useful function is creating a large button that takes up 2 or more spaces. We just click and drag to highlight the buttons we want to merge, then hit Make Large Button on the toolbar or Ctrl-M on your keyboard. We'll use our large button as a heading, but you can also apply a PLU or function and formatting. Another great feature of Triniteq's PowerEPOS is the graphics library. In the touchscreen editor, we will access it through Icon, but you can access the graphics library through other modules, such as floor plans and adjustments. The graphics library allows you to apply graphics to customize your buttons and screens. It comes loaded with many icons, and you can load more graphics as you need them. This means you can apply icons or even photos of your PLUs to buttons to make them easier to group and locate. But remember principle number 8, use images only if they improve the user experience. Too many images can clutter the screen and make buttons harder to find. For our purposes, we will add a pizza icon above our product so we can quickly see that this is a pizza ordering screen. Here is an example of where images can be useful, using logos to help staff quickly locate drinks. Lastly, we'll take a look at the PLU tab of the touchscreen editor. This displays all PLUs individually. To apply a PLU to our screen, we simply highlight the button by clicking on it, then locate our PLU and drag and drop it onto a button. If we have many PLUs, we can also sort by name and number, or use a search field to locate the one we need. Now our standard pizza screen is complete, so we hit Save, which closes the touchscreen editor, and we can see it listed here in Touch Pages as unpublished. We next close this page and come back to the home screen where we see a notification on the touchscreen editor tile that there is a change waiting to be published. We move up and click the Publish button top right of the screen, check the box of the items we want to publish, hit Publish and select the outlets. Our new standard pizza touch page has been pushed out to our POS terminal and is ready to use.